So I wanted to come on and say Happy New Year to everybody. 2015 was an awesome year for me. I had some changes, some major changes in my life. And it got me thinking the other day that I would just kind of come on and sort of recap 2015. So I'm going to talk about some makeup stuff and some non-makeup related stuff. I'm going to try not to get into too much detail about anything because this video will end up being an hour long, and I don't think anybody wants to sit here and watch me talk for an hour. I'm just going to quickly go through this makeup stuff and then get on to the other things. The Naked Smoky palette from Urban Decay. This is awesome. Lucy, I just wanted to tell you that I did make another video using this, and that will be up after this one. Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette. Awesome! A friend of mine on Instagram sent me this Narcissist palette. It's a dual intensity eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to say her name, but I do believe she watches my videos as well. So I just wanted to say thank you for this. It was something that I wanted for a long time, and I just want you to know that I do use it often. The Anastasia Contour Kit, I got the cream one. It's amazing. I love it. I like it a lot. I use this one just as much as I use my NYX Wonder Stick, which is awesome as well. If it's not in your budget to get this, just go to Ulta and pick this up. I have light and medium. I use it all the time. It's perfect for my skin tone. If you're familiar with MAC, I'm an NC20. My good friend Vanda was nice enough to get me the Melt Stacks. I have both of them. I have Dark Matter and Lovesick. So thank you so much, Vanda. Some brushes, some makeup brushes that are completely awesome and that I use all the time. My most used brush is the 221 from MAC. If you have eyes like mine, deep set, hooded, small eyes, whatever the case may be, these are awesome for blending or doing like detail blending, blending along the lower lash line. If you don't have one, save for it and purchase one. I think they're only like $21, and I know it's a lot, but anyway, this is an awesome brush. I use it all the time. I would highly, highly recommend it. These two brushes, awesome. This one is the 135 and this one's the 137. They are super duper soft. You can use them for powders, blush. This one I use mostly for face powder because it's so big, but they're really amazingly soft and something that I won't ever regret buying. These two brushes came out together. This one's the 139 and this one is the 288. And then this one is not new. I think it was a relaunch or like a re-promote. It's a 233 from MAC. And it's got the natural bristle and the synthetic. I like to use this for powder and cream. I just like the shape of it. It's perfect for my eyes. Also, the Cils Booster XL from Lancome. It's an eyelash primer. This is my second tube this year. I really like it a lot. I've tried other primers like MAC eyelash primer, dried my lashes out, and they started to break off. Finally got Lime Crime Cashmere Liquid Matte Lipstick. Sarah got this for me for Christmas. I actually have it on now, although it's so bright in here, I don't know if it's really showing up. But I really enjoy wearing this. I've actually been wearing it with Whirl lip liner. That seems to work best for me. Here I finally purchased some Makeup Geek eyeshadow. I decided to purchase 4. I have this palette that I got from Target. It's from a brand called Shea Moisture. It's just magnetic, and I plan on filling this whole thing with Makeup Geek eyeshadows. It's gonna happen. So I got, what is this one? Is it called Bitten? Yeah, Bitten, which is amazing. It's a red tone. Cinderella, Peach Smoothie, and Cocoa Bear. And this is another favorite of mine from Makeup Forever. It is M846, and it is beautiful. This is something I didn't think I was going to like. It's from MAC. It's their new Pro Longwear Powder. I didn't think I was going to like this because the first time I put it on my skin, I could seriously feel it sucking all the moisture out of my face. Probably because it was wintertime when I tried it. I wouldn't really recommend this powder for somebody who's super dry because, I do, when my skin is in its dry phase, I really do feel it like sucking the moisture out of my face. Like I feel my skin getting tight. But since I moved down to the south, this has actually saved my foundation, especially when it's really super humid. It has they say it's a velvety matte finish. It is pretty matte. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to be the best thing for people with oily skin because I've heard people complain after using this that it doesn't do anything for their oil or that they still look just as oily. I don't know. You can't make everybody happy, right? I feel like people are looking for some sort of miracle powder or serum that's just going to suck all the oil out of their face so that they don't get oily during the day. Are you kidding me? Anyway, enough of that. But I find myself reaching for this quite a bit. I do use the brush that came with it because it doesn't put down so much powder. I don't feel like I need a whole lot with this, but it is a good powder. All right, so moving forward, I'm going to talk about movies real quick. Now, I love movies. Movies are definitely my thing, especially anything horror related. I'm not really so much into gore. I don't really need to see somebody's insides coming out, but occasionally it happens. But I like anything horror related, even like sci-fi, anything with Simon Pegg. I'm slightly obsessed with anything English and have been for many years. So I don't have all the movies that I have that are like favorites of mine, so I wrote some of them down. I'm probably going to miss quite a few, but whatever. Some of the movies that I'm going to talk about didn't come out in 2015, but they were new to me. This was new in 2015, Dead Snow, Red vs. Dead. This movie is awesome, and as a matter of fact, my t-shirt is from that movie. I got Sarah and I matching t-shirts for Christmas because we're nerds like that. But this movie is awesome. It's funny, like it made me laugh, but it really is a very good movie. The first Dead Snow wasn't as sort of comedic, so when they came out with this one, I was kind of glad they took like a little bit different direction with it, but awesome. So if you're into like zombies and stuff like that, and you like to laugh, but you like it to be a little bit more on the dark side, I guess, watch Dead Snow, Red vs. Dead. Look. He's got my t-shirt on, or I've got his t-shirt on. Wormwood, Road of the Dead, another sort of zombie movie. This one's awesome. This one's a little bit more fast-paced. I really like that a lot. I had heard of this movie, and I was going to watch it on Netflix, and when Sarah came in September, she came down here for a visit. She asked me not to watch it because she was bringing hers for both of us to watch, and I liked it so much I decided to pick it up. This is new, Tremors 5. Yep. I like the Tremors movies. You're probably sitting there rolling your eyes, but I can't help it. I do like anything with like monsters and Godzilla and anything like that. Like I like sci-fi as well. So I have all the Tremors movies, so I had to pick this one up. They're actually playing this on Netflix right now, but when I saw it at Walmart for $5, I was like, yeah, you're coming home with me. So a show that I've really been interested in a lot lately, that I've been watching almost every single day because there are 16 seasons of it on Netflix, is Midsummer Murders. It's a British TV show, and it's about these two detectives, and people are getting murdered left and right. And it's so funny because you would think that there are these little like sleepy villages, and it's so quaint and historical, and then people are just offing each other left and right. But I really like the show a lot, and my husband actually got me a shirt for Christmas. I had to go find it to show you guys. It's like the most dangerous county. Thank God it's fictional. If you guys knew how many times I had to stop and get up because the dogs were barking or something was going on, you'd be shaking your head. Anyway, so the newest season, I don't like the new guy. Like, I miss DCI Barnaby, Tom. I miss Troy, Gavin Troy. I didn't really like that in-between guy between Troy and Jones. He just, I don't know, he didn't really seem to fit. But he called in sick one day and never came back. So that's when Ben Jones was introduced. And I really liked him a lot too. He was awesome. And then Tom left, and I was so sad. But his cousin came on, which we don't know that Tom's cousin was in an earlier episode, I believe in first season. Because I caught that. Another one that I got into was Rosemary and Thyme. I like that one too. I don't have a Rosemary and Thyme t-shirt, but I do have my Midsummer because I love it. Some other movies that I really liked, Let Us Pray, awesome. Burke and Hare, only because Simon Pegg is in it. Tales of Halloween. I also like Pollyanna McIntosh. Is her name McIntosh? I can't believe I forgot her name. Anyway, she's in Tales of Halloween and Let Us Pray. And there was another movie that I really like that she's in. Oh my God. Have you guys seen Making a Murderer on Netflix? I I'm not going to talk a whole lot about that because I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. But if you're feeling like you want to be angry, watch that show. It's on Netflix right now. Another one called Housebound, Insidious 3, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Awesome. Of course, Walking Dead. There's so many. Oh my gosh. San Andreas. That was awesome. I need to buy that movie. I don't own it yet, if you can believe it. But that movie was amazing. Dwayne Johnson. Arrgh. All right, and then I've really gotten into my art stuff this year, and I don't journal and I don't plan. I'm not really a planner, but I do like to sort of doodle and stuff. So this year I purchased a Hobonichi, and I also got a, and it's I don't know why people always ask me this, but this is a genuine traveler's notebook. It's a Midori traveler's notebook. I don't understand. People ask me that all the time. Is it real? Yeah, it's real. I ruined the front. I mean, I don't feel I ruined the front, but some people might say that I ruined the front. But I pasted this image of Edgar Allan Poe, and I took this paper right here and I kind of burned the edges. So that's the front of my traveler's notebook. And then on the inside, I have a bunch of stuff that I've done. I really like stamps, and I wish that I could find more like old stamps, but these were old stamps that I found at a store in downtown Savannah called Paris Market. It's pretty awesome. And then I just have like Halloween sort of stuff in here, and here's another cutout of Edgar. I found this when Sarah was actually here Christmas. She got here on Christmas and stayed an entire week. We went to an antique store downtown, and I found this card in there. They're zombie cards. They had a ton of them. But anyway, this one, actually both of them, I just sort of like doodle and do stuff. The Hobonichi, so like this, and the pages are very thick because like I've used Mod Podge and a lot of glue and tape. Like this page right here, oh my gosh, if you guys even knew how much glue and Mod Podge was on there, but I'll tell you what, if you're looking for like good durable paper, I don't know what they make this Hobonichi paper out of, but it is amazing. But like I said, I didn't buy it to use as a planner. I used it for more of like, if I do want to write down my thoughts or something, I'll write them in here, or I just like to watercolor. So I haven't used the whole thing yet because like I said, my intent wasn't to use it as a planner. Speaking of watercolor, I really do very much enjoy watercolor. And two of my favorite things that I've done was this little town that I use watercolor and markers on. And then my flower. This isn't my favorite flower. I actually can't find my favorite flowers that I did. Let me see if they're in here. I haven't done watercolor in a while. Yeah, I don't know where my flowers are, but I did post a picture on Instagram. Sometimes people ask me what I use. I have these little kits from Winsor Newton that I use, and whoops, they just all fell on the floor, but they come like this, and I just dropped another one on the floor. I'll be picking those up later. And then also something that I started really getting into pretty heavy this year was coloring. And I have the Doodle, or the Zifling coloring books. I have the Doodle Invasion, and I have Doodle Fusion. I just got this one. Sarah got it for me for Christmas, and I'm very, very super excited to have it. I actually started coloring in it using some of my micron markers, like fine tip markers. Sarah got me this one for my birthday, which I have not started to color in yet. This one is the Anamorphia, which is pretty freaking amazing. Some of the detail in this book is just overwhelming. Actually, I think I did start to color in here. I started making a video to show you guys what I use for when I color, and I started doing this guy. So yeah, I forgot. I actually did start coloring in here. This is just using Prismacolor colored pencils, and this I finally got a pencil holder for my pencils. If you're not friends with me on Instagram, or if you're friends with me on Instagram, you already saw this. I actually have to make room for these new pencils that I got. But this is awesome. My pencils. And I got this at Blick. I used my coupon on this when I bought it, so I got 30% off. And then Sarah got me a Copic wallet for my Copic markers. Oh. So I do have some Blick in here, and I also have some Spectrum, which is a brand that they sell at Packetans in Cleveland. But most of these are Copic. I do plan on filling this whole thing with Copic markers. So like some of these will be coming out, like the Blick ones will be coming out and the Spectrum. So, but that's awesome. I was very, very happy to have that. If you don't know what Copic markers are, they're just alcohol ink markers, and they're really good. Like, you can blend with them. The alcohol or the ink dries fast. They're actually pretty awesome. My tattoo artist introduced me to those. And then this is something else that is a favorite of mine, and I actually found this at Drug Mart. If you're from Ohio, you know what Drug Mart is. These are Prismacolor markers. Now, this set goes for like $130, and then when I bought this, it had another set of Prismacolor markers, brush tip markers on it. I believe there was 12 markers in the pack. I can't remember. I found this at Drug Mart by my house for $20. It was $19.99. This set of markers. There's Chisel Point and Fine Point. And I almost died when I found out how much they were, because when I bought it, I had no idea. I was just like, wow, that's a lot of markers for 20 bucks. But I do find myself using this quite a bit, and I cherish it even more knowing how much money I saved when I bought this. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to get too much into anything else. Definitely moving to Georgia was a highlight of 2015. I'm glad that I finally live in the South. It took long enough. Anyway, I just wanted to do like a quick recap of some of my favorite things and memorable moments, and I just wanted to say hi to everybody, and that I do miss, you know, I have started missing coming back and making videos. I may, you know, pop up here and there. So if you're gonna wait for me, that's awesome, cool. Thank you so much. If you're gonna hit the road, I completely understand. I'm not going to be mad at you for it. But if you do decide to stick around, I just want to let you know that I appreciate it. So anyway, that's it. I'm kind of rambling now, but thank you guys for always being here and listening to me, and, you know, just thank you. So here's to an awesome year for all of us, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.